should have signed it out on Thursday.
I'm sorry.
You need to fill in the logbook every time you drive.
What can I say? I forgot.
The vehicle logbook
It's
needs...
supposed to be filled out at the start and the finish of every shift. Yes, I know.
Well, if you know, why didn't you do it?
Because I'm a bad copper. Now, can we move on?
All I'm saying is...
There's one thing I do want to know, Ben.
Yeah, happy to help.
Who's your pick for the Brownlow?
Look out. What the hell do you think you're doing? You okay, madam? You're bleeding a bit here. Hold this over it.
Bugger.
What's your name?
Kylie.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so.
So what happened here?
Rock hit the windscreen.
What, from the road?
No, from up there. Some little bastard threw it at me.
Up here, she said.
Ben!
Huh?
Let's see what's going on in here. Kids cubby house, you reckon?
After you. Grab that. Cheers.
Oh, rotten planks. Just stay back or we'll both go through.
Hang on, I'm coming. Just don't move. You moved. You okay? Yep.
Now you tell me. Whoever it was is obviously long gone.
Mungle, you nearly killed that poor woman.
Not to mention us. I think it's in, mate, unless you want to knock it through to China.
Some kid probably knocked this down too.
Come on, let's get back to the victim.
Much damage to the vehicle?
Nothing. A tiny scratch on the bull bar, not even a vehicle incident.
Don't be too sure. You could have killed the koala.
So?
So there's property damage. Might make it a collision.
Oh, come on.
I'll be filling in paperwork from here till midnight if I was you.
How you feeling?
Not too bad.
We better get her to the hospital.
Yeah, I'll get there 24 to call the ambulance.
No, we could take her.
Change the correct procedure.
Oh, bugger correct procedure. We could get her there in half the time.
Oh, okay. Before you go, we should get our story straight on this vehicle incident.
What stories? We'll just tell her how it is. The Sarge will understand. What's her name again?
Kylie.
Hey, Kylie. Do you want to grab your stuff and we'll drop you to the hospital?
What about my car?
No, we'll arrange all that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it your way. So how do you know it was a kid who threw the rock?
His size. His head only just showed over the bridge rail.
And you're sure it was a boy?
No, but boys get into more trouble than girls now, don't they?
So, can you describe this child?
That was only a glimpse.
Clothing, complexion, hair colour?
Couldn't see his hair. I think he was wearing like a red beanie.
There would have to be dozens of red beanies in Mount Thomas on any given Saturday.
It's better than nothing.
I suppose it is. Unhappily, you're going to have to track them all down.
Oh, boss.
Look, that accident could have been fatal. If we've got some kid whose idea of fun is lobbing rocks off bridges, then I want him or her stopped now.
Yes, boss?
We'll get started.
You two didn't see anything?
No.
No, we were a bit busy at the time.
Oh?
We weren't far behind the driver when the rock hit her windscreen.
Yeah, she stopped dead in the middle of the road, had to swerve off the verge to avoid her.
Without incident, I hope.
Oh, a tiny little scratch on the bull bar, a bit of a cut and paste. You'll never ever know it existed.
Right, what did you hit?
Knocked over a road sign.
And did the sign have any information relevant to the safety of drivers?
Oh, no more koalas, really.
And where's the vehicle now?
Out the front.
Right, well, I need a vehicle incident report on my desk ASAP.
What's the rush?
So I know what to say to the Vic Roads maintenance crew.
There's hardly any damage.
I'll decide that after I've looked at the vehicle and they get me that report.
Okay.
Yeah,
thanks for
okay, Sarge, but can we track this kid down first?
that. You guys looking for a kid with a red beanie?
Yeah.
Saw a really hyper kid like that at the primary school just yesterday.
Have you got his name?
No.
Sophie Androkidis.
Yeah, nice one, mate, but that's a girl's name.
She's a teacher at the primary school. She might be able to help us.
It's Saturday.
Androkidis. You're lucky, mate. It's a small town. Yeah, I know it's a long shot, but it's all we've got to go on, I'm sorry.
Doesn't ring a bell, sorry.
This kid was described as being really hyper and about so high.
Could be Paul Amato. He's got serious attention span problems.
Amato.
We've got a few disruptors, but he's the worst.
Can we get a list of their names as well?
Yeah, sure.
And Paul Amato, do you know where he lives?
Hello, who are you? I'm Paul. What's your name? Mine's Paul. Olivia, do you want to play?
All right, we just want to know if your mum's home.
Can I see a gun?
Hey, oh, settle down, mate. Settle down, settle down.
Behave! I'm sorry about this, but I thought you were going to be a good boy for Mummy.
Mrs.
Look,
Amato?
just hang on a minute. Now, how about some TV?
Dolly!
Hi. I'm Constable Ben Stewart. This is Constable Evan Jones from Mount Thomas Police.
What? Is it bad news?
No, we're just wondering if Paul owns a red beanie.
No, he doesn't. Look, what's this about?
Was he out playing by the old railway bridge at Ketcher's Gorge Road this morning?
Well, you've seen what he's like. I can't let him out of the house, let alone roaming around the countryside.
So he was with you all morning?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like a bit of a handful.
Yeah, some people think he's got ADHD, but my husband and I, we're not convinced it's a genuine condition.
But surely there's some kind of medication you can give him for that?
We don't believe in drugs. We're trying a special diet. I'm sorry, I have to go.
Fair enough.
Paul, what have you done now?
Poor woman.
Poor kid. He's kept prisoner in his own home because his wacko parents don't believe in drugs.
Yeah, there's a lot of people would agree with them.
You've been doing a reading up on it, have you?
I'm a parent, Jonesy. I take an interest.
Anyway, it's not the kid we're looking for.
More names on Sophie's list. We just need to get some addresses.
Is it okay if I drop you back at the office, mate?
Where are you going?
I just got a small job to do, that's all.
What are you up to?
Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies.
If this is about the vehicle incident, you're not getting out of doing that report, you know. Oh, come on, mate. You must have something.
Well, I'm working on a brief for the Simmons case. You want to hold the paper?
Bit of detective work needs a bit of double checking.
Man, why the sudden interest in CI?
Oh, you know, these uniform patrols. You get on your wick after a while.
Sure your uniform partner isn't getting on your wick?
You noticed.
That's all right. It's just going to take a little while for him to settle in, that's all.
Oh, he just needs discipline. He just thinks he can do whatever he wants. He's just bloody irresponsible.
He's sounding more like his father than his partner.
If I was his father, he'd have more respect for his elders.
He's really getting to you, isn't he?
He's all right. Come on, what do you got?
All right. You can file these. I can't guarantee it's going to take all day.
Hello, what are you so happy about?
I'm a happy kind of a guy.
Really? Now, is that straight?
Oh, if you stand like that.
Oh, Constable Jones, you're adding a Quasimodo impersonation to your repertoire.
Well, you gotta ring them bells, Sarge.
Yeah, very funny. So how are you getting along with my incident report?
Oh, it's all in hand. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it. I just want to see it on my desk.
Well, you'll see it long before Vic Road starts complaining.
I've just had Mrs. Douglas on the blower about her Kentish cherry tree. Apparently some kid has deliberately broken off a branch overhanging the back lane.
Some kid.
Yes, about 7 or 8 wearing...
Let me guess, a red beanie?
Yes, correct. This kid is a menace. I want him found before he does any more damage.
Yeah, we're working on it,
The
boss.
sooner you do that, the sooner you can get onto that report.
Sean Barker.
Yeah, I broke a branch off a tree once. This old bat came after me with a rake.
Did you also throw rocks at passing motorists?
Telling you. Round the back. Bloody hell, are you all right there, mate? What happened here? Is your mum or your dad around?
Who called you?
Got a teenage boy bleeding from the head. Stand by for further. Mrs. Barker, do you know what happened?
No, I was sewing in the front room.
You don't know how long he was lying there?
I had my head down. I make curtains under contract. I went out to check on the washing and there he was.
Nobody else was home? It was just you and Craig?
Except I didn't think he was home.
Where did you think he was?
Well, he'd gone off an hour or two earlier. I never heard him come back. I had the machine going.
Do you have any idea who might want to hurt Craig?
He's just a kid.
Mrs. Barker, Craig doesn't happen to own a red beanie.
It's fine, but we're going to keep him in overnight for observation. You can talk to him, but just be gentle.
So how you feeling, mate?
Oh, okay.
Want to tell us what happened?
I don't know. I can't remember much.
Yeah, just tell us what you do remember.
I guess I must have fallen down the back steps.
And then skidded along the path a couple of metres, huh?
Hmm?
To where we found blood on the rock edging.
Maybe I didn't fall down the back steps.
So what did happen, Craig? Come on, you can tell us.
I don't remember.
It's a nice bruise you're developing there. What, did somebody hit you?
I don't know. I mean, one minute I was standing there.
Where, on the path or on the step?
On the path. And then something hit me and I must have blacked out.
What sort of something hit you?
I told you, I don't know.
So unless we can find evidence of falling space junk, he's lying.
He sure is. Doctor, excuse me. What do you think happened here, off the record?
I'd say he got punched in the face and then fell down and hit his head.
He didn't say who?
No, he's giving us the odd fell down the back step story. So it could be domestic violence.
With the mother? She seems pretty uptight.
You could check out the father. There's a history. Well, I had to report him last year to DHS after the boy was brought in with a ruptured eardrum.
The father hit him?
Well, a so-called disciplinary clip across the ear.
Mongrel.
OK. We'll check that out. Thanks for that.
My dad was a big believer in the disciplinary clip across the ear.
OK, let's go and have a talk to this Mr. Barker.
No. We'll talk to the kid first. I reckon I can get through to him. So I know what it feels like, mate. They think they're doing it for your own good, and they don't mean to hurt you. And he's your dad. Of course you're loyal to him. But you can't let him get away with murder.
Exactly what he
What
was saying.
Constable Jones is asking, Craig, is if your father was involved in the incident this morning.
Dad's at work.
Bill wouldn't knock Craig down.
Mrs. Barker, last time he ruptured the boy's eardrum.
Yeah, but he didn't mean to.
Maybe he didn't mean to knock him down.
He wouldn't do a thing like that.
But your husband does believe in physical discipline, doesn't he?
It's the way he was brought up. I don't believe in it myself.
And yet you allow him to hit your son?
Craig isn't my son. I'm his stepmother. When Bill and I married, we both agreed we'd each bring up our own child in our own way. That's Bill's way.
So you have a child from a previous marriage?
Yes, and I really should be getting home to him.
Where is Mr. Barker and why isn't he here?
I've left a message, but he's out on delivery. He's not a bad man.
I'm a tolerant man, Mr. Barker. But one thing I cannot forgive is grown men who assault children.
What? Oh, I've never assaulted children.
You were reported at least once to DHS for assaulting your son, Craig.
That was an accident.
What about today? Was that an accident too?
I've had enough of this.
Just sit down, please. Take it easy.
Where were you between 12 and 1 today?
At work. Serving customers at Prattley's Hardware. I went out for a delivery.
Did you go home at lunchtime? Get into an argument with your son?
Oh, I didn't. I was behind the counter all day.
Yeah, well, we'll have to check that out, Mr. Barker.
Hey, you check out all you like. I didn't hurt Craig. He's my son, for God's sake. I love him. Well, why would I do anything to hurt him? Now, can I go and see him?
Yeah.
No.
Constable Parrish will be more than happy to take you down to the hospital, Mr. Barker.
Yeah, sure. This way, sir.
Why are we being so nice to this bastard?
It's called giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, well, personally, I don't have too many.
I think he made that quite plain.
You identify with this guy as a fellow father, and suddenly you can do no wrong.
Yeah. I know, where you going?
Jonesy, am I right in thinking that was your stepfather who used to hit you?
Just keep talking to her.
I'm going to check this guy's alibi.
Straight away. Okay. That call is going to have to wait, I'm afraid.
Yeah, what's up?
You're needed down at Hetherington Park. The ranger reckons there's a girl flipping out.
Let me go!
Chantal. Her name's Chantal Lamont. We're contacting her mother now.
She's obviously high on something.
That's a pretty accurate diagnosis. We'll try and calm her down.
Yeah, and if you could also find out...
What she took? Yep, I'll call you when I know.
Thanks. Why do kids do this to themselves?
Searching for instant happiness, I guess.
Didn't seem too happy to me.
Hello. Ah, what do you know?
Mrs. Barker, how's Craig?
Oh, he's doing...
What, not so fast, sunshine. Listen, calm down, mate. We just want to talk to you. Hey,
Sean! Sean!
It's all right. Come on, mate. Come on. Calm down.
Take it easy.
Sorry, Mrs. Barker. Sean! Come on, mate.
This kid's got to be our rock chucker, boss.
He's a bit young.
Yeah, well, he was on the teacher's list. He's got the red beanie. He was out playing this morning and he freaked out when he saw us.
All right, see if you can get an admission out of him and we'll take it from there.
How'd catch it? Well, by a very interesting coincidence, our mystery assault victim is his stepbrother.
You reckon that boy attacked him?
No, he's just a little kid.
I'm suggesting that he's demonstrated a violent streak and we can't rule it out.
Just because he landed one on you, suddenly he's public enemy number one.
It's got nothing to do with it, Jonesy.
What the hell happened?
He viciously attacked Senior Constable Stuart's shin with a size 3 sneaker.
Civil action pending?
OK, very funny.
Are you right for this interview, Ben?
Or do you want an armed guard, mate?
I'll have you know, I get along extremely well with children.
I don't know!
Come on, mate, think about it. You must know when you last saw your brother.
No!
Did you see him at breakfast?
Yeah?
And what about after that?
I was out playing!
Whereabouts, mate? Out by the old railway bridge, perhaps?
No!
How about in Mrs. Douglas's cherry tree?
No! Why do I always get the blame? It's not fair! It's
Sean,
not fair!
OK, we can hear you, mate. There's no need to
Mum,
yell.
make them stop!
Just answer the question,
Should we
mate.
Hey, Sean, now just behave yourself, will you?
What on earth is going on here? Boy, sit down and shut up now. Senior?
I'm sorry, but it's not his fault.
Oh, there's no excuse for that kind of behaviour.
You don't understand. He's got ADHD.
Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, boss.
Seems more like a prime example of spoilt brat to me.
Well, you should have seen the first kid that we saw this morning. No medication, he was off the wall.
So is Sean Barker our rock chucker or isn't he?
Well, he didn't actually admit to anything.
But he completely overreacted when we mentioned the 2 incidents.
Overreaction seems to be his modus operandi, doesn't it? What about the assault? Any other theories there?
No, not yet, boss.
Well, as he's only 7 and we're not going to charge him, I suggest you give him a stern caution and let him go.
Good idea.
And don't let him kick you in the shins again.
So, Sean, you must understand how dangerous it is to throw rocks at calves. That woman could have been killed.
Didn't thought. We dropped it.
Nevertheless...
Why?
Because I wanted to see what had happened.
Did you know the car was there?
However it happened, it nearly caused a very bad accident, so don't do it again, OK?
And what about the cherry tree, mate?
I was just playing.
Just jumped up to swing off it?
Didn't know it would break.
Mrs. Barker, I'm going to have to ask you to keep your son under closer supervision in the future.
I will.
I realise how difficult that can be with ADHD. Have you considered getting medical help?
He's already on medication. He's been really good the last few weeks. Except for today, of course. I don't know what got into him.
Just high spirits, I guess.
If that's your idea of boyish high spirits, you must have been a terror as a kid.
At least I remember what it was like to be a kid.
Yeah, I noticed.
OK, I empathise with Sean Barker. He's active, he's energetic.
Sean Barker, he's a little monster.
He's just a kid.
3 plates, 2 glasses and a chair, all broken in my dining room because he thought he was Tarzan or someone.
See, he was just playing.
And no control whatsoever from that mother of his.
He's 7 years old, Chris.
He's a brat, and he's not allowed back in here until Sharon's taught him how to behave himself.
Copy that, VKC.
She was having a bad episode brought on by the ingestion of too many stimulants.
What, Eckies?
Speed.
Are we interrupting something?
No.
So you guys know each other?
From school.
Craig, you're supposed to be resting quietly.
Sorry, Doc, just going.
So how are you feeling, Chantal?
What do you care?
Now, the doctor tells us you've been taking amphetamines.
Taking what?
Speed, Chantal. You spun out on speed.
You had no right to handcuff me.
And it was for your own safety.
Yeah, sure.
So where'd you get this speed from?
What speed?
We couldn't budge her.
Yeah, one very stubborn young lady.
And she's good friends with the assault victim?
Oh, very good friends, I'd say.
So what was going on there, you reckon?
Oh, it looked like an apology given and accepted to me.
For what? Freaking out and getting the cops involved, I'd say.
Do you reckon Craig knows something about the supply of the speed?
That's possible. Hey, PJ, do you want to get involved in this?
Look, mate, I'm flat chat at the moment, but keep me informed.
Is it also possible that Craig was on speed at the time of the assault?
No, we didn't ask. I'll check that out with Dr. Mel. It's a good point.
And while he's doing that, Evan, you can make a start on that vehicle incident report.
Ah, I could, but there'd be no point.
No, I'll be the judge of that.
Yes, g'day.
No, it's all fixed. There's no need for paperwork.
Why is that?
Oh, a message from a mate of the Roy crew. He's been out and fixed the sign.
That doesn't help your case at all.
And I fixed the scratch on the bull bars as if it never happened.
That's very enterprising, Constable, but I asked you to write a vehicle incident report.
There's no point.
And it's not for you to decide.
Oh, come on,
I gave you
Sarge,
direct
be
instruction,
reasonable.
which I expect to be obeyed.
I don't know about you people, but I've got a home to go to and a dog to feed.
Night, boss.
Is it that time already?
Oh, Constable.
Well, you wouldn't want me to do it on overtime, would you?
Just as long as you do it.
You're not going to let him get away with it, are you?
He'll do the report, don't worry.
Good. Because you can't afford to let a probationary constable walk all over you, Sergeant.
Believe me, I don't intend to. So how are you getting on with Constable Jones?
Me? Oh, I don't have a problem.
Really? I thought I detected an air of tension.
Not at all. Well, he doesn't know anywhere near as much as he thinks he does, but he'll learn.
Because you'll teach him.
Well, he could do worse.
Ah, evening.
Yeah.
Guess what I just found out?
What?
Well, I went looking for Dr. Mel to ask her about the test results, and we got talking.
I was going to follow that up tomorrow morning, Jonesy.
Yeah, right, but listen to this. Are you aware that one of the most prescribed drugs for ADHD sufferers is dexamphetamine?
Dexamphetamine?
Your basic speed.
Well done, Evan.
Yeah, mate. Come on, you.
You weren't early.
Yeah, Ken has mustered me.
Working on my report, I hope.
Just as soon as I straighten a few things out. Just have to sort out the case for my partner.
Ben asked you to do that.
No, but I'm sure he'll be grateful.
Ben's a good copper, Evan.
Okay.
He's had a lot of experience at detective level in some of the major squads.
Yeah, so I've heard. Must have screwed up big time to have landed up here, eh?
Ben sometimes cares a little too much about his work. That's not a bad thing. Wouldn't you agree?
I suppose.
Who knows? You might even learn something from him. All I'm saying is cut him some slack. Okay?
Is that an order?
If it has to be.
Well, in that case, I obey.
Obey. That's what I like to hear in a probationary constable. Obey this. We're off to the Barker's place to find out what they know about the medication. Come on.
Well, he was supposed to be at home under your care.
Oh, so now it's my fault, is it? Sean? How dare you steal my son's medication?
I don't know
Excuse
anything.
me? What medication would that be?
It's for Sean's ADHD.
Dexamphetamine.
After Sean's behaviour here yesterday, I thought maybe he'd missed a dose. So this morning I checked the
You
bottle...
don't supervise Sean taking the pills?
Well, no. I believe in children being given some responsibility for their own well-being.
He's 7 years old.
Your work must keep you pretty busy then, huh?
Anyway, this morning I went to check the bottle and it was empty.
And why do you think your husband might have taken them?
He doesn't believe in ADHD.
But you had Sean diagnosed.
By the child psychiatrist in St David's. He was the one that prescribed the dexamphetamine.
So what does your husband think is wrong with the boy?
Nothing that a little bit of discipline wouldn't fix.
Discipline?
The kid's allowed to run wild, and suddenly when it becomes a problem, she decides it's a disease and wants to drug him out like a zombie.
So you don't go along with the psychiatrist's diagnosis?
Bloody doctors. They're all in league with the drug companies these days. The little coot just needs a firm hand.
What, a few clips around the ear?
Listen, it didn't do me any harm.
What, no ruptured eardrums for you?
At least I knew where I stood. No one had to give me strong drugs so I'd fit in at home, not to mention school.
The question is, Mr. Barker, did you take any of the dexamphetamine tablets from Sean's bottle?
I feel really sorry for that little kid. Maybe I should have taken his medication, but I didn't.
Well, Dr. Carter has confirmed that both Chantel and Craig had dexamphetamine in their systems.
So who stole Sean's pills?
The father denies it.
Boss, look, the guy hits kids and I don't like him. But even I can't believe he'd feed dexamphetamine to his own son.
Which leaves Craig himself.
It all points in that direction.
Well, you'd better talk to him. Is he out of hospital yet?
Right, I'm set.
Small suggestion. I reckon we need some leverage. So why don't we talk to the girlfriend first?
Chantel, she wasn't giving anything away yesterday.
Well, she was wired yesterday. Today, in more official surroundings, she might see things differently.
Good idea, Jones. We'll make a cop review yet.
See, Chantel, there's no use denying it. We've got medical evidence.
Which is?
Blood tests reveal that your daughter had a quantity of amphetamine in her system, a drug commonly known as speed.
Oh,
so where did you get it?
I don't know.
Come on, you can do better than that. Did you get it from Craig Barker?
No.
But you do know
Tell
Craig
the
Barker.
truth, Chantel. I am telling the truth.
Mrs. Lamont,
But
please.
you took drugs.
Mrs. Lamont.
Mum, stay out of it.
You want me to get the truth out of her?
No, thank you, Mrs. Lamont.
If he says he doesn't know, then he doesn't know.
Please don't interrupt, Mr. Barker.
But you're harassing him. He's got a serious head wound. He could have died.
He was also found...
Did you steal the pills, Craig?
No way.
Well, there you go. Now you know.
Constable, would you mind waiting in here with Craig while I have a private chat to Mr. Barker?
No worries.
Outside?
Oh, what's going on?
Just a quick chat, please. We're both fathers, Mr. Barker, and frankly, if I was in your shoes, I'd be doing exactly what you're doing.
Look, I'm just trying...
Of course you want to protect your own son, that's natural. But in this situation, I don't think that you're seeing the big picture.
Which is?
Both Craig and his girlfriend were found to have dexamphetamine in their system.
Girlfriend?
Chantel Lamont. Now, she had a bad reaction to the drug yesterday and she was brought in here for treatment. Now, my point is, dexamphetamine is missing from your house. Both Craig and his girlfriend have taken it. So what conclusion would you reach, Mr. Barker?
I told you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, mate, just tell us the truth.
How many times?
You know, it's always better to own up than to lie.
Look, what about the assault, Craig? Have you remembered who hit you yet?
No.
Have you remembered anything at all?
No.
Who were you with yesterday?
No one.
No one? Your stepmother, says that you went out.
I might have.
Well, mate, you either did or you didn't.
Okay, I did.
What'd you go and see Chantel Lamont?
Why would I?
Well, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? Maybe you want to share some drugs.
No!
Sorry, guys. Your wife would like a word with you.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Well, what can I do? My boy's been questioned by the police.
Your boy always gets first priority. You don't even care about Sean.
Care? Of course I care, but... Look, he's just a bit late for lunch.
He is never late, and he hasn't had his medication.
Excuse me, is there a problem?
Yeah. Well, Sharon's a bit worried about young Sean.
He ran off, he didn't come home for his lunch, and I don't know where he is.
I think we've got a fair idea where he'd be, eh, Senior? Come on, mate, of course he's got ADHD.
It's been known to be misdiagnosed. All I'm saying...
You just think he's got a discipline problem?
Well, let's face it, the mother is not great on supervision. The kid is basically out of control.
That's not his fault.
What, so in your book he doesn't have to take responsibility for his actions at all?
That's not what I'm saying.
He can just do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, eh? Oi! What are you doing? Leave that sign alone, you hear me? Sean! Sean! Leave that alone, mate! Sean! What are you doing? Sean! Wait, don't go under there, mate! Sean! 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 Stop! There's a hole! Hang on! Hang on, I'm coming! There, you won't hold your weight! Hold on! Hold on! I've got you. I'm not gonna let you go. Okay? You're gonna be fine.
Hold on, Sean.
Come on. Come on.
Got him? Yeah, I've got him. Hold on, mate. Hold on. Hold on. I got you. I got you.
Any injuries?
Oh, no, he's fine, thanks to Ben. He's the bravest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, mate, I just got to him first, that's all.
You risked your life for a kid who keeps kicking you in the shin.
What, so I was supposed to let him fall, was I?
No, that's not what I'm
Sounds
saying.
as though this bridge is a bit of a death trap.
Well, there's a warning sign there, but the little kid just keeps taking it down.
He's only playing. It's part of his cubby house.
Excuse me, but where are we in relation to the investigation into the drugs and the assault?
Well, there's not much doubt that Craig took the drugs, but we can't prove it yet.
As for the assault, the only thing we know for certain is that it wasn't the father. His alibi checks out.
Other possibilities?
Well, it's not a stranger. It's got to be someone Craig's protecting.
It's pretty clear who that's likely to be.
Hey, Sean, how you feeling?
Sean insisted we call in here. He's got something he wants to tell you.
Oh, there's no need, Mrs. Barker. We're just doing our job.
Go on, Sean.
Not here. Probably in there.
Oh, doesn't go for the audience. OK, mate, in you come.
Come on.
We'll keep it in private. OK, Targa, the floor's all yours.
Huh?
He means that it's your turn to speak, Sean. But you don't have to say anything. We understand.
No, you don't. It's all my fault.
Oh, no, that's not true, Champ. You weren't to know about the hole in the bridge.
I gave away my pills.
Say again?
I gave away my pills to Chantal.
Why would you do that, mate?
Because I didn't want to take them.
You didn't give any to Craig?
He didn't know anything about it. Just Chantal. And
And?
Come on, mate, you better tell us everything.
I was the one who bashed Craig.
Why would you want to bash him?
Because he called me a spaz. I knocked him down and he hit his head and I went off.
You know he's lying.
Well, why would he confess to something he didn't do?
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to protect Craig.
Well, I got the feeling they didn't get on too well.
You can't seriously believe Sean assaulted a 14-year-old. I mean, look at him. He's just a little boy. Sean, come here. I want you to tell the truth now for Mummy.
I already told the truth.
So you're saying you came home, bashed Craig, and ran off again?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you believe him?
No, I don't.
What about you, Senior?
Well, it's quite possible, boss. We know he's got a violent temper. The kid is totally out of control.
He was running because you yelled at him. You're treating him as a scapegoat
All
for
right.
everything.
Scapegoat, he confessed. At the very least, we should check out his story.
That's enough. What's going on between you two? Is there a problem I should know about?
No, boss.
Jones?
No.
All right, get on with it. Sergeant, how long's this been going on?
Leave it with me.
Yes, but we...
Let me finish, please. This is childish and it's unprofessional and it's got to stop. Is that understood?
Yeah, sorry, Sarge.
So, are you two capable of working on this case as professional coppers or not? Senior?
Yeah, we're capable, Sergeant.
Yeah, sure. But I would like to check out Sean's story again before we accept what he
Starting with
says.
the pills. Now, how many did he give her?
Well, quite a lot were his exact words.
How many in the bottle originally?
100 5-milligram tablets.
And how many did Chantal take the other day?
She's not saying, but couldn't have been that many.
So, if he's telling the truth, then she might have them stashed somewhere.
It's not going to be easy getting a warrant.
But wouldn't we be better off searching Craig's room first?
Well, according to Sean, Craig had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but I don't buy it. Craig's got to be the link.
Well, you could try your luck with a warrant.
But we won't need one. Sharon Barker will let us search if it means getting Sean off the hook.
Ben?
Yeah, OK. We'd better hurry. Sharon's picking Craig up from the hospital now. First thing he does if he's got a stash when he gets home is get rid of it.
Well, what are we waiting for?
After you. Craig! Teenagers.
He was in here a minute ago.
Doing some homework in there, mate. Come on, you got something for me? Come on, out you come.
I didn't steal them. Sean gave them to me.
Problem is, he says he gave them to Chantel.
She had nothing to do with it.
Except that you gave her something. She took them, right?
Dad,
Just tell the truth.
we both took some.
Okay. So did you give or sell any of these to anybody else?
No.
Craig, do you want to tell us who assaulted you?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know because you didn't recognise the person, or you don't know because you didn't see who did it?
I didn't see.
Do you have your eyes closed?
Well, I must have. I don't remember.
Either that or you're shielding someone?
No.
Well, I can't see why you do that, mate. I mean, no one wants to admit they've been beaten up by a 7-year-old kid, right?
Sean.
He reckons he flattened you. Must be stronger than he looks.
Yeah, that's right. It was Sean. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get him into trouble.
Mate, you can't believe him. He was just calling my bluff.
Only because you gave him a bluff to call.
Okay, so I screwed up.
But it doesn't make Sean guilty.
Okay, you've got a confession corroborated by the victim. What more do you want?
Well, we know Sean lied about the pills. Why couldn't he also be lying about the assault?
Well, you've got to admit, Ben, nothing that kid does makes sense.
Do you know how to write your name, Sean?
Of course I do.
Do you want to show me? It's good. You know, I don't think you hit your brother, Craig.
I did.
You know why? Because when you hit someone, you hurt your own knuckles.
I didn't hit him with my knuckles.
But you said you did.
What did you hit him with?
A piece of wood.
Oh, yeah? Did you? And where is it now? Right? Hey, you going to tell us?
Tell you what,
He asked you where the piece of wood is.
I threw it away. In the river.
You sure about this?
Yeah.
Oh, he's protecting someone. He's got to be, like he was with the pills.
So who was he protecting?
Craig, obviously.
No, there's nothing obvious about these kids.
All I know is that he's lying. I mean, I don't believe in that piece of wood for a second.
Well, funnily enough, neither do I.
Come again?
Well, the injury to Craig obviously came from a punch, not from a whack with a bit of wood.
Yeah, that's right.
So, now that we're agreed that Sean didn't do it, who did?
Somebody Craig's protecting.
Someone who was with him that morning getting some pills.
The person who apologised to Craig at the hospital this morning. Chantel, where did you get the drugs you took yesterday?
I don't know.
Come on, you can do better than that. And stay out of it, please, Mrs. Lamont. Chantel, we want the truth.
Someone gave them to me.
Craig Barker?
No.
He's already told us the whole story. He reckons he gave you 6 tablets.
He told you that?
He told us the whole story.
Okay. I took 6 tablets.
And then you went round to his house?
Yeah, then I left and went to the park.
Why did you do that?
Why not?
Chantel, how'd you hurt your hand? I reckon it happened when you punched out Craig.
I didn't mean to hurt him. I wanted more and he wouldn't give any to me and
Thanks for coming in. We've got some progress to report on the events of yesterday.
It wasn't Sean.
No. Go in, sit down.
Have a seat, please. Now, as you know, Craig has admitted to taking Sean's dexamphetamine and giving a quantity to Chantel Lamont.
And Chantel has admitted to assaulting Craig during that incident.
She did it.
Are you people going to do something about her?
She'll be summoned to appear in court.
For what it's worth, she says she's very sorry.
She left him lying there.
Yes, it's a very serious matter.
What I want to know is why did Sean admit to doing something that he didn't do? Sean?
Didn't want those stupid pills. So I told Craig he could have them.
And, mate, why did you say you'd given them to Chantel?
'Cause she's horrible.
And hitting Craig?
Thought everyone would blame Dad for that. Thought I'd lose another dad.
You don't need to worry about that, son.
I didn't want anyone to get into trouble.
Except you.
I'm always in trouble, so it didn't matter.
Mate, I've been thinking about the medication.
Yeah?
Like, if we've added this up right, Sean only ever took 3 or 4 tablets.
That's a day's dosage spread over a matter of weeks.
And yet his mother assumed that he'd been taking them because his behaviour had improved.
So he was obviously able to modify his behaviour to put her off the scent.
Doesn't sound like ADHD, does it?
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Yeah. And you were right. See you in the morning.
Yeah, I was right. Thanks, mate.
G'day.
Please say there isn't another problem.
No, everything's fine. I was just thinking about Sean.
Sean's going to be fine, thank you.
I know, I was just talking to Dr. Carter about what could be
We've
causing
talked
his
to the doctors
problems.
already.
Yeah, I know, and it's none of my business.
Go ahead.
Have you had Sean's hearing tested in the last couple of years?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, sometimes kids with hearing problems have learning difficulties. They feel left out and start playing up.
You think that's what's going on here?
I don't know. You might want to check it out.
See what you can achieve when you work together as a team.
Well, at least he's prepared to admit it when he's wrong.
Yeah, so are you. Sometimes.
I'm never wrong. But you haven't got your vehicle report yet, have you?
Oh, I'm on to it. As soon as he shows his face.
Ah, no need, Sarge. 1 vehicle incident report. I think you'll find it's all there.
Well, thank you very much, Constable. I'm sure I will.
You look like a man who could do with a good cup of coffee.
Yeah.
White and wine?
You got it. You should have signed it out on Thursday.
I'm sorry.
You need to fill in the logbook every time you drive.
What can I say? I forgot.
The vehicle logbook
It's
needs...
supposed to be filled out at the start and the finish of every shift. Yes, I know.
Well, if you know, why didn't you do it?
Because I'm a bad copper. Now, can we move on?
All I'm saying is...
There's one thing I do want to know, Ben.
Yeah, happy to help.
Who's your pick for the brown line?
Look out. What the hell do you think you're doing? You okay, madam? You're bleeding a bit here. Hold this over it.
Bugger.
What's your name?
Kylie.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so.
So what happened here?
Rock hit the windscreen.
What, from the road?
No, from up there. Some little bastard threw it at me.
Up here, she said.
Ben!
Huh?
Let's see what's going on in here. Kids' cubby house, you reckon?
After you. Grab that. Cheers.
Oh, rotten planks. Just stay back or we'll both go through.
Hang on, I'm coming. Just don't move. You moved. You okay? Yep.
Now you tell me. Whoever it was is obviously long gone.
Mungle? Nearly killed that poor woman.
Not to mention us. I think it's in, mate, unless you want to knock it through to China.
Some kid probably knocked this down too.
Come on, let's get back to the victim.
Much damage to the vehicle?
Nothing. A tiny scratch on the bull bar. Not even a vehicle incident.
Don't be too sure. You could have killed the koala.
So?
So there's property damage. Might make it a collision.
Oh, come on.
I'll be filling in paperwork from here till midnight if I was you.
How you feeling?
Not too bad.
We better get her to the hospital.
Yeah, I'll get D24 to call the ambulance.
No, we could take her.
Change the correct procedure.
Oh, bugger correct procedure. We could get her there in half the time.
Oh, okay. Before you go, we should get our story straight on this vehicle incident.
What stories? We'll just tell her how it is. The Sarge will understand. What's her name again?
Kylie.
Hey, Kylie. Do you want to grab your stuff and we'll drop you at the hospital?
What about my car?
No, we'll arrange all that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it your way. So how do you know it was a kid who threw the rock?
His size. His head only just showed over the bridge rail.
And you're sure it was a boy?
No, but boys get into more trouble than girls now, don't they?
So, can you describe this child?
That was only a glimpse.
Clothing, complexion, hair colour?